My name is Yogya Bhatia and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. Today I'll be talking about corporate criminal liability. A corporation is considered as a separate legal entity distinct from its shareholders. It can be described to imply as an association of persons for some common object and it has no strictly any legal or technical meaning. It is understood that criminal liability is attached where there is violation as per criminal law. Corporate criminal liability can be defined as a crime which has been committed by individual or association of individuals who for pursuing a common purpose or make a business gain in course of their occupation commit such acts or omission which is forbidden by law and with guilty mind where it is for the benefit of the corporation or any individual out of the association of individuals. Earlier, in many situations, when the concept of holding a corporation liable was not introduced, there was not any corporation held liable for any criminal act. As it is an artificially legal person, so it cannot be imprisoned, and corporation not being natural person, there was absence of mens rea. When a corporation is held criminally liable, it not only affects the business of corporation but also the individuals in the corporation who are engaged in criminal conduct. It may make them suffer criminally and financially. However, it has been suggested in case of punishment to be imposed on corporation that fine should be imposed rather than imprisonment. Development of concept of criminal liability. Corporate crimes are those crimes which are committed by corporations or members of corporations where liability is imposed for performing any acts or omissions which are punishable by law. In Z Telefilms versus Sahara India, where a company was discharged from liability arising out of defamation where there was absence of mens rea, which is considered as an implicit requirement under law. In the case of State of Maharashtra versus Syndicate, the High Court had held that company could not be prosecuted for offences which entail corporeal punishment or imprisonment. Prosecuting a company for such offences would result in trial with verdict of guilty, but no effective order could have been implemented. However, in case of Iridium versus Motorola, a different viewpoint was held than the above case referred, where the Supreme Court held that a company could be held liable for statutory offences as well as common law offences, which include those offences where there is a requirement of mens rea. Doctrines established in corporate criminal liability. The first one is the doctrine of vicarious liability. Under the doctrine of vicarious liability, as in law of torts, it is stated that the master is vicariously held for the acts committed by the servants. Second, the doctrine of identification. Under the doctrine of identification, the acts of corporate officers are identified with that of a company, wherein the corporation, being an artificially legal person, has no physical existence. The acts committed or guilt by senior officers in their official capacity. The company shall be held accountable. Third, the doctrine of collective blindness. Under the doctrine of collective blindness, courts have held that corporations will be held liable even if single individual was not at fault and considered some total knowledge of all employees in order to make a corporate liable. Fourth, the doctrine of willful blindness. Under such doctrine, if any illegal or criminal act is committed and the corporate agent does not take action or measures to prevent happening of such activities, then doctrine of willful blindness is applicable. The doctrine of attribution. Under the doctrine of attribution, as in case of sentencing or imprisonment in events of act or omission leading to violation of criminal law, the mens rea, that is, the guilty mind, is attributed towards the directing mind and will of the corporations. This doctrine is being used in India, however, this doctrine was developed in the United Kingdom. Concept of criminal liability in India. Under the concept of corporate criminal liability was established in courts in India did not punish corporate as they felt that essential ingredient, that is mens rea, is absent in corporation. It being a fictitious legal entity having no physical existence, so also could not be brought physically for the proceedings. However, due to such concept, many legal difficulties started arising, which was noted by the Law Commission in its 41st report of Law Commission of India, where amendment was suggested in section 62 of the IPC, but the bill which was made was lapsed. But the view of courts in terms with the concept changed in a landmark case of Standard Chartered Bank and ORS versus Directorate of Enforcement. The bank was prosecuted for violation of provision of the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973, where the Supreme Court did not go by the strict penal provisions and held that a corporation can be held liable regardless of the mandatory punishment as under the statute. When a corporation is held criminally liable, the criminal conduct of employees may make them suffer criminally and financially. Everyone in the corporate entity is held liable, be it officers, directors, and even corporation, where the penalties include civil penalties, criminal penalties, loss of government contracts, permanent or temporary loss of deposit insurance, conservatorship, etc. Thank you.